Heaviest rain in up to 2 years is forecast across parts of the outback Australia this weekend, heralding what should be a wet spring and summer for central and eastern Australia. Joining me now live to discuss this is Sky News Chief Meteorologist Tom Saunders. Tom, great to see you. Thank you for joining me.
Danica, it's great to be here in the afternoon.
Now, look, this is an interesting one because we've seen such a big turnaround from record heat to drought and now to rain. Why is that?
Didn't we need that turnaround? Because last year was the hottest and driest year on record for Australia. This year, rainfall has come back to average for most of Australia, apart from Western Australia. They're still in their worst drought on record. Now, the reason we're finally seeing rainfall across the country as opposed to last year, well, it's partly because of a developing La Nina in the Pacific Ocean. Now, what does that mean? Well, a La Nina, it's a phase of the Pacific where the ocean temperatures, here they are, the blue, shows where it's colder than normal through the equatorial Pacific. But off the north coast of Australia, and that's indicated there by the orange and the yellow, it's warmer than normal. Now, the wind tends to blow from cold waters towards warm waters, and as a result, moisture from the tropical Pacific blows towards Australia, and that's why we're seeing that increase in rainfall through northern, central and eastern parts of the country. For Western Australia, though, it's a little bit too far away and they don't tend to get that increase in rain. Now, as a result of the upcoming La Nina, we are expecting it to be a wet finish to 2020. Now, Danica, it's interesting. The last time we had a La Nina was 9 years ago.
Wow.
And that was the wettest 24 months on record for Australia. Probably not as wet this time, but it's good to see that rainfall.
Well, it's amazing that we are talking about rainfall, Tom. I mean, you know, going back a few years ago, we weren't even talking about rain at all. But now this is all reflected in the latest Bureau 3-month outlook, which is also indicating a wet finish to the end of the year.
And it's a great forecast for the pastoralists across the country. So for the eastern two-thirds of Australia, it's likely it will be wetter than normal between October and December. Now, for the southeast corner of Australia, as is indicated by that darker shading, there's a greater than 80% chance of above medium rain between October and December. So a wet finish to the year. But also because of this La Nina, we're expecting an early start to the cyclone season across the country. We'll probably see the first tropical cyclone pre-Christmas about 2 weeks earlier than normal. So an early start to the monsoon season across northern Australia. Also, last year we had record hot temperatures, but because of the increase in cloud cover from the rainfall, we're looking at temperatures through this warm season well below what we did see last year.
And already we are seeing some of that rain this weekend. How much can we expect?
Well, it's raining right now through outback Australia, northern parts of South Australia. They've already had up to 20 millimetres of rain today. That rain will intensify on Saturday. We're looking at a month's worth of rain through the driest parts of Australia on Saturday. On Sunday, the rain band, and here it is spreading through southeast Australia. We'll then see a second rain band between Monday and Wednesday spreading across eastern Australia. Now, as an average, around 15 to 30 millimetres of rain will fall across southeast Australia over the next 5 days. For parts of the outback, where we're looking at 20 to 30 millimetres of rain, we're looking at the heaviest falls in even up to 2 years.
A rainy start to the weekend, but I must say I've enjoyed the last 2 days of heat here in Sydney. It's almost like it's been a bit summery already, Tom.
Well, it's that time of year. We often see the temperatures jumping up and down. Yeah. Yesterday was 32 in Sydney. Then we had a southerly busted coming through, and it's obviously much...
It changed very, very quickly. Before you knew it, the sheets were wet out in the backyard. Tom Saunders, thank you so much for joining me.